Place. Sit. Stay. Kennel. Stay. Get back in there. Get back in there. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Stay. Diesel. Sit. Stay. Good. Stay. Place. Cheater. Picking up food. Come here. Right. Stay. Stay. Kennel. Slow down, bro. Slow down. You're going a little too fast. Okay, we're done. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what you just saw there was Diesel. I'm gonna give him his supper now. let me get him fed just real quick, and I'll explain what just took place and what we were doing and why we're doing it. So let me get Diesel what he wants and what he needs. Okay. So, I apologize for all the background noises. What you're hearing is on the other side of this wall, there's puppies barking because I gotta feed them. I think it's 5 o'clock. I think it's close to it, and they're ready for supper. Either way, they're ready for supper. Let's put it that way. Okay, so what just happened? The reason this is here, because some dogs are a little nervous by passing by a bucket or something moving like this, or let me stop that, or it just makes them nervous, that being there. So I get them used to walking past that, okay? And eventually what we do is we'll move it like this back and forth one way or the other, so they learn to work around it without bothering them. It works good with for socialization, okay? The other thing is I can put water in here and have water ready for Diesel to drink, or any dogs that I got back here, and I don't have to worry about them drinking it because it's off the ground, out of my control. Okay, so Diesel. So let me explain to you where we were and where we're at now. Now I'm not gonna lie. This has taken a lot of time, probably more time than I wanted to spend on this, but I got to get this right. So here's where we started. We started with this pad. It came out of the bottom of one of our crates, and we use this as place, okay? Sorry, my hands are wet. I just washed them off in there because we just got done with the training session, Diesel and I, as you just saw. And so my hands were coated in dog food. But we started with this as place, okay? So we use a natural occurrence. Now, I want Diesel to be able to identify the place as a location and not a specific object. Let me state that one more time so I don't want to confuse nobody. I want Diesel to identify place as being an object. I'm sorry, I just confused myself. As as a location versus an object. Okay, so I'm changing objects and I'm changing locations. Okay, so when I first started him on this is how this looked. We would start here, and I would basically open the gate and tell him to stay. So we got sit and stay on visual or verbal commands, okay? No leashes, as you can tell, no leashes, okay? Then I got him coming around me, going this way around me, okay? And swinging, I'm standing here between the gate like this, pardon my boots, and coming between me and him and going completely around me and shooting him back to the place back there, okay? And then we got him where he would stay there, would not come off of that until he was released from me by either saying okay, or I would tell him kennel, or here's the other thing, is he would come behind me like I'm standing here watching, and he would come behind me as I said okay to release him, okay? And he would have liberty to walk as he will. Now what we're looking for is this, is while we're doing all this, Diesel, come here, Kennel. While we're doing all this training, what I'm also wanting to teach him is to go to the door and sit on his bottom by the door when he's got to go to the bathroom, okay? So we're doing crate, stay, sit, place, stay, down, place. I didn't show you down, but we're working on down as well. So it's sit, place, or place, sit, place, stay, place, down, okay? Let me lock this bottom part of the crate up. There. All right, so we started with this. Now we're going to this as place. It's a riser, it's elevated, he's learning to step up on it, okay? And it's a different texture. You say, what is that? Many of you can probably tell, but I'm just gonna explain it just in case for those that can't. It's a tire. It's an old tire that we just put a piece of OSB on. This is treated. I can power wash it all off, and I can disinfect it, power wash it again. And it's screwed down with stainless steel bolts right there, over here somewhere, I think right there, there, and there, okay? And that's it. And it can hold a pretty heavy dog. If I step on there, it kind of goes down a little bit because, you know, I'm bigger than the dogs are, so it can't hold me. And so anyway, so we go there, and as you've seen in the video, we make him come up here by saying place, stay, we praise him, and we don't release him until we say kennel. And then he would go back to the kennel. And then at the end of the training, I would say, okay, that's his release. And then he could do roaming around. I give him just a little bit to roam around after he drinks and after he eats his meal. Now, I do not give him all the food that's in there. I just give him a time and drinking, okay, a time. And then I give him that amount of time, whatever it might be for your dog. And then we will let him have free time in the building. And then after that free time in the building, if he has not walked by the door and has sat by the door, then I know he don't need to go to the bathroom as of yet. Okay? So let me just recap that real quick one more time. This, when we would normally get him out, we'd open the gate, make him sit, make him stay. We would release him to go to place, where this place was started out as where he would eat and drink. Now, the reason I use this tray, it's the same thing as his kennel, okay? And normally when I start my puppies, when I train them, I feed them in their kennels. So everything is positive, and it's all moving forward in some kind of direction. So he's familiar with this texture, okay? So kennel, place, because I want those two places or those two items and locations to be very positive for him. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, okay? So he knows in his crate, he knows he's there to stay, especially when the door is closed. He knows he's there to stay. He knows he relaxes. He knows he's calm, cool, and collected, right? I want the place to be the same thing. Calm, cool, and collected. If the doorbell rings or I hear someone knocks at the door, guess what? I want to be able to tell Diesel, place, and he goes there, and he stays there until I release him. Okay, so that's what we're working on. And again, this is taking a lot more time than I was hoping. I have been non-stop with this dog, but he's getting it good, but he's so full of energy, and he's so food driven. If a food falls off there, he'll step off there. And while we're doing all that, we're teaching him to leave it, okay? So it's leave it, sit, stay, down, stay, place, sit, place, down, place, stay. All this in the door, all trying to funnel this in together to get him where he needs to be. Now, I've only had him a week. So we are now started today. We have started our second week. Okay, I think he's come a good portion and made some serious progress, but we definitely got to get him. He knows what he's doing, but he's got to stay focused and stop using that puppy energy and letting that puppy energy get the best of him. Okay, sometimes his puppy energy will get the best of him, and he can't take it anymore. And he's like, I gotta get off of here and get that food that's sitting right in front of me. So how we avoid that and how we work around that is basically simply we take him outside, we exercise him, take him swimming, go on a walk, etc., etc., etc. So I'm hoping in the next day or two, you guys will see us socialize him in, we're gonna take him to the park where there's a lot of people and hopefully work on his socialization because he is nervous around strangers, okay? So I've had some guests here out of town, some family members here out of town, and we've been working with him on that as well, and he's doing great. One thing I've noticed, this might help you guys too, is if you got a dog that's nervous around strangers, introduce the dog to the strangers, tell them that it's okay, say, hey, Diesel, I want you to meet this person, and blah, 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 like you would do with a human. There's something in that energy that you produce between everything. You're basically telling the dog that these people are okay. And he picks that up. And like, oh, yeah, these people are cool. Yeah, I can let them touch me and I don't have to be nervous about them. And so he's good to go, okay? So I found that really helps. Not that that's any like big time secret or nothing, but anyway, so we got that coming up. And we're gonna keep working on what I just went over. So hopefully that's helpful in some little avenues there, and hopefully you can see kind of some of the training. Hey, Diesel, calm down, bud. I got my buddy Luke in here. He's all excited. So to see Luke. So anyway, hopefully that's helpful. If you got any questions over any kind of training, just send me an email, a text, a phone call. My information is on my Facebook page, and we can go from there. So thanks a lot. We'll see you guys on the next one.